Stories written by Gary Leff and published by A View from the Wing. Titled, Hertz Nightmare. Customer fined $436 before they even rented the car.
0, 1. Let's get started.
That's right. So basically, the gist of this, long story short, these people rented a car, and then before they even pick the car up, their credit card gets hit with a fine for running a red light. A Hertz customer accomplished a new feat in the annals of rental car company disservice, actually being charged for a red light ticket before even renting the vehicle. They rented the car on May 15th at the Calgary airport for a period of 6 days starting at 10:30 p.m. However, the agent at the airport logged the rental as starting at 10:30 a.m. They were hit with an extra day's charge beyond the period they had actually had the car for. And the previous renter had ran a red light at 2:33 p.m. But since the system now saw them as having the car at the time, their credit card was hit with $436.50 for the bill. It would have been impossible for the customers who had the car at 2:33 p.m. because they were in flight on American Airlines. They provided copies of their boarding passes. Hertz agreed with them about the rental start time. They removed the extra day's charge, but they still refused to budge on the red light ticket or the extra fees associated with the extra day. Hertz removed only the base rental charge. And now Hertz has refused to communicate with these folks any further, it seems. So much of the advice to this customer has been to just dispute the charges, and that's fine if you do not plan to rent from Hertz or any of their affiliated companies ever again. Even a righteous dispute may get you placed on their do not rent list. Hertz has even been known to ban a customer's descendants, too. Yeah, go check this out go check it out. Like, if you dispute or argue with them too much, they like put people on a list. It's like that. We're not going to rent to you again. In fact, you know what? We're not going to even rent to your kids. Considering the Hertz toll scam, go look that one up. Charging customers who rent Tesla for... I'm sorry. I got to edit that out. Charging... I can't do it. This is real. Go look this up when I tell you this. Charging customers who rent Teslas for failing to fill up the gas. Because you know how when you rent a vehicle, they say, hey, make sure it has a full tank when you bring it back. Well, yeah. So make sure you fill your EVs up with gas before you bring them back to Hertz, or you could be charged for that at what, $10 a gallon or something, whatever the crazy price. I mean, you know, when they bring it back, it's a really high price. So yeah, that's going on as well. And of course, a history of customers getting arrested just because they rented from the company. Yeah, go check that out. There's a lot of videos where people have rented a car from Hertz. Hertz, in their amazing ability to keep track of everything so well, thought that they didn't have their car back from a previous rental, reported it stolen, and so you families are getting pulled over, and then, of course, it's a felony traffic stop because it's a stolen vehicle. And so you got families getting pulled out of cars at gunpoint, some of them going to jail because they're in a stolen vehicle, all because Hertz had a... Anyways, go look it up. I mean, there's multiple incidents of this. Anyways, a history of customers getting arrested just because they rented from the company, and Hertz is refusing to admit its mistake lest the police stop believing them when they file false police reports. Just getting charged for tickets written by police before you rented the vehicle doesn't actually seem that bad in the grand scheme of things. In fact, isn't this the least you expect to happen when you rent from Hertz? And it's not even their first example of imposing time travel on a customer. Earlier this year, that would be Gary Leff, wrote about one person who tried to rent from Hertz for the very first time and found out they'd already been banned by the company. So, yeah, like you don't even have to rent from them and they might ban you. So, golly gee. I got to tell you, I don't know how I would feel about finding out I'm being charged for an extra day and I have no recourse on it and they won't remove the charges. You would think something like that would be simple, um, especially in Canada. I thought Canada was supposed to be so much more nice and pleasant and friendlier, but what do I know? Anyways, it, I got to tell you, and maybe this is a shameless plug, and I've got no skin in the game. This is not a paid promotion, but, and I've mentioned in other videos, for like 12 or 13 years now, I've been a customer of a company called Legal Shield, and for myself, it's paid for itself over and over again. And it's the best $17 a month that $17 or $18 a month that I pay. Now I know there's a lot of, I think the prices have gone up a little bit over the years, but where I started buying my policy, the prices stayed the same. But wherever you are, whatever state if you're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Google Grand Rapids, Michigan Legal Shield, or if you're in Miami, type in Miami, etc. Find an agent, if you will, or somebody that sells it, because I just like to let my lawyer handle stuff like this. And under normal circumstances, a lawyer is like, who's going to pay for it? I mean, you got to pay, it could be thousands of bucks. But with my Legal Shield plan, they cover most stuff like this for the most part. That's what I do. And frankly, I mean, we can do it my way, which is you do the right thing and, recoup me and don't charge me for BS stuff like this. Or we can do it your way where the lawyer calls you and then we do it your way. Your way is probably not as pleasant as just doing the right thing. If you're here in the Salt Lake City or Utah area, I buy my from George Wilkinson. Go check out George Wilkinson. That's who I buy mine from. Or just go to LegalShield.com, I guess. Yeah, you may even have it available through your work as an employee benefits package and not even know it. So, yeah, I mean, if you run into situations like that, it might be worth your 20 or 20, whatever it costs now. I don't know. But check it out. What do you think about this story? Is this something you would put up with? I mean, how would you handle this? What do you think? Is this right? Is this just one more thing to bleed consumers of every penny that's in our pockets? Or, what's going on here? And why is it that we no longer have a leg to stand on with companies doing these things to us? It seems like why do we got to get a lawyer involved in everything? Or you don't get any change until somebody goes to the news and brings attention to it. And hopefully going to the news here, the story might bring enough attention to this but it shouldn't go to that extent. You know what I mean? It should be like, just do the right thing. But here we are. Well, look, this is the part where I ask you, and I thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe. Just click that little thumbs up button wherever it is, if you will. Subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it very much. If you have questions, comments, curses, you can leave those in the comments section, or you can email me at scott@fordtruckpro.com. And if you have roofing questions, you can reach me at scottroofwalker@icloud.com. I don't do many roofing videos anymore just because I messed up my back, and I've had to kind of shift gears in midlife here at almost 50. But if you need vehicles for your farm, your ranch, or your company, I do Ford commercial and fleet truck sales, and any Ford vehicles. But reach out to me, and maybe I can do something that might make sense for us to do business together, or I can at least help you find what you're looking for in your part of the country and steer you in the right direction. Again, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day, whether you want to or not.